Hey, everybody. Oops, got my sound wrong. So, hey, everybody, happy Tuesday. This is a special day. This is my middle daughter, Taylor's birthday today. And anyway, if you're asking, why don't you just call her? Because I've had jackasses interfering with my communications. And if you remember the last time, um, one time I did a stream, my daughter called my daughter Avery, and it wasn't her. Somebody was impersonating her. So anyway, this is two things. One is a happy birthday to Taylor, and the second is an announcement of something that I just launched, and that is called the Truth and Faith Arsenal. And it is something that I'm offering on my website at Effusion MG. I don't know why this is not, yeah. And so what this is back in, I talked about this a couple times, and let me see if I can get this on here. Back in 2019, I published a devotional, and it was called #NoFear, and it was 7 days to overcome fear and anxiety. It looks like this. Published it. It was on my website, and it was just around there. Had a few sales, not very many, but anyway, it's just been there on my site. And so anyway, lo and behold, last year I found out that all of everything that I've written, created has been stolen. I didn't know at the time that it was so-called friends that did this, people from an unexpected journal. It's just, you can go to hackthesaga.com and find what, that whole thing. So anyway, when I found that out, I started documenting it all and submitted it to different authorities, and they all ignored me. And so anyway, just what I've been doing is I've just been talking about it publicly, and if people don't like it, that's too bad. And I've tried going legal routes. They're blocking me at every turn. So the only option is to just name them publicly, and that's what I've done. But one of the things that I did is I'm starting to document and publish those updates in a different format. And so what I did, I didn't actually upload it. Let me share my screen. So what I did is I created a workbook for the stream notes for my, now I'll show it to you. Okay. A workbook for my stream notes that I did for, on propaganda and government corruption, if you remember that one, where I read did a compare and contrast between my devotional and the plagiarized version on YouVersion. And so anyway, I published that as an individual workbook. And that's actually available on different retailers. Now, I have to say that one of the things I discovered over the last few days, I suspected this before, but I have evidence of it now, that there's some pirating of my the things I've published, especially the edition of Words. That one just looks like there's a bootleg copy, like the Dostoevsky issue was. And so if you buy it on the retailers, I'm not sure if I'm going to get credit for it or not, but it is available. But on my website at Effusion Media, which this is my site, so it's effusionmg.com. I have you can buy the propaganda notes and the No Fear devotional as a package. You can get the stream notes as an individual workbook. And then you can also, get the No Fear 7-day devotional. Also, edition Forts. This is the one that's been pirated a lot. But anyway, so for this, like on each of these products, I have different packages. Again, all of these are available, not all of them. Some of the things I have on the No Fear devotional, I have some scripture cards that come with it, some printable journal pages with the digital version. Those you can't get anywhere else with mine. But for this one, the propaganda and government corruption stream notes, episode 33 in Hack the Saga. What I do, and it's full color. It's pretty awesome if I do say so myself. It's 50 pages, and it goes through, and it has timestamps with outlines. So, with an hour long a live stream, I'm giving a lot of information. And so sometimes, I know that it can be a little bit harder to follow along when there's just so much, but I include, in the stream notes, I include a copy of the day 3, the one that had been sabotaged, from my devotional. And then I also include a screenshot of the plagiarized one from A Time for Grace, or Time of Grace, whatever, that was on YouVersion. So you can compare and contrast. I also include some other documentation of sabotage and things that's been done. But these are all the different packages that you can get on my site. I also uploaded a couple of these to gumroad.com, just because here's the thing. I tell you what, it has been so unbelievably crazy. It's ever since I did that live stream. I have been, that has been hacked so many times. The transcripts, the captions on the YouTube video has been hacked multiple times. I downloaded the transcripts. I was formatting it, and I was just going to put it all up on my website on the article on raisedtowalk.org. That was deleted, not even joking, deleted out of my Scrivener project. And then when I was putting together, this is no joke, when I was putting together this book, I've been using Affinity Publisher for the layout. Okay, so I have a post on Twitter where I have a video of what they hacked my computer. They hacked my computer, and they corrupted the file so that it won't even open. Oh, and then it gets better. So I go through and I basically recreate it and everything, and I get it published on Ingram. And it's live now for global distribution, although I can tell that the ISBN record has already been sabotaged on that. You go to isbnsearch.org, enter the ISBN number for that particular book. It says unknown title, no image, and unknown for author. Already been sabotaged. So anyway, I have that Affinity Publisher file. I'm almost through. I'm tweaking. I had uploaded it once to Amazon. They pushed it back for some bleeds, and then so I was adjusting it. I get to the page where because at the back I have all the content series that I've done, because I know that the friends have been sabotaging basically any of mine in search on my platforms, all of this, because they've stolen everything that I've ever done. And so they're trying to hide the theft, right? That's the whole point. Everybody's trying to cover up for their lameness. And so anyway, I'm getting to that page where I have all my content series on there. And then they have this Dell laptop. They can have the device ID. So Jason Smith I think he's still active in hacking, I don't know, has a device ID. So they can hack my computer. And so they corrupted the file somehow, so that now I couldn't even open it. And I had to go to another version and then recreate it again. So I saved it as a different file name in a different folder. And I uploaded that to Ingram. So it's Lightning Source, the same thing. And then I uploaded it to Amazon. And lo and behold, now if I go to open up that same file, which had been saved in a different location with a different file name, that one's corrupted too. It won't even open. It just crashes immediately. So anyway, it's like and Amazon's holding it up saying it's already out you can buy it on Amazon because it's pushing from Ingram, but directly from Amazon, like from their KDP, it's hung up on that because they're saying there's a bleed issue. The exact same file that's approved on Amazon, Ingram, it passed. Ingram's actually the one that publishes their full color books. So Amazon's not even publishing it. So anyway, it's just been nonstop. But anyway, so this is on Effusion MG. If you want to have written documentation of it, then you can go to my site at effusionmg.com. And this is where I'm going to be. It used to have a separate shop on my site, Raised to Walk, in addition to the one on my publishing site. And I thought, you know what, that's too much work. My publishing site is actually my publishing company, and I think it's just less confusing. So I'm going to have all my books and the things that I publish there available. And so, when you buy it directly from me, number one, you know that I'm actually getting the royalties and they're not getting diverted to some content pirates. But also, I have the ability to do bundles and packages and things like that. So you get a better deal when you're buying it directly from me than if you're buying it somewhere else. But anyway, I want to say happy birthday to Taylor. And this is Taylor. This is when she was, this is 2006. So she was 4 there, and that's her baby sister, Peyton. And this is also a little bit later that year. And then this was in 2015. And as I was going through, to find these images, I had them on a drive, and I realized I had to download everything off of my Google Photos because jackasses were screwing with it, and I could tell that they were trying to, the people were accessing my photos without permission and trying to create a different narrative for it. And what I discovered today, as I was just going to find these photos, they deleted 5 years of photos off of my drive. So everything from 2007 up until 2013, my photos are gone. So anyway, I just have to say, here's the thing. I know people are still trying to steal my identity. I know that actually that the authorities are in cahoots with them. And let me just tell you to everybody, number one, I know how this ends. And all the vile, despicable things you have done has ensured that you will get no mercy from me. You can hope to get it from the justice system, but you will get no mercy from me. Every single person that has been part of this, every person that's lied, every person that's blocked things, person that's taken payoffs to try to steal my identity, to try to steal everything that I have, I will take every legal action to make sure to hold you to account. If I can file criminal charges, I will file criminal charges against you. If I can file a civil lawsuit, you had better believe that I will. I will give new meaning to the word litigious. And for the authorities, the ones who have basically enabled and been arm in arm with these criminals, just a reminder, everything that you got from me, those thousands of pages of documentation in all those different areas, I hope you have a way to make your case apart from what I submitted to you. Because I told you this before, and I mean it. You get nothing else from me. I will not confirm those documents. I will not testify on your behalf. You will have to make your case without anything that you got from me. And if there is anyone who is appearing like me to testify on the behalf of federal or state authorities, they are frauds and they are liars. And I certainly hope that the FBI isn't stupid enough that they would try something like that they would add to their epic disaster of negligence, of dereliction of duty, of just complete, just as bad as the criminals. I hope they don't add to this by trying to impersonate me to make their case. Because I said before, I will not testify a single word on you for that. Everything I gave you, you can basically just throw it away because you're not going to get any confirmation from me. I promise you that. You are corrupt. You are way more corrupt than I would have ever believed when I wrote that devotional in 2019. The reason people don't trust you is because you are not trustworthy. So anyway, again, happy birthday, baby. I missed you.